Chapter 9. Learning to Walk. He has told you, O man, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you but to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God? Micah 6:8 ESV. You were shaped for serving God. Every experience you've had, every scar, every struggle, every season of darkness has been shaping you for a ministry only you can do. Rick Warren, The Purpose-Driven Life. You don't just wake up one day and know how to walk. You learn, you fall, you get back up, you learn a little more. The first few years after surrendering were the hardest and the best. Hard because old habits don't vanish on command, and the work of rebuilding yourself from the inside out is serious work. Best because for the first time in my life, the work felt like it was pointing somewhere real. Our family grew. Jennifer's son Wesley became my bonus son, just as my daughter Olivia became Jennifer's bonus daughter. That right there is a picture of grace, two people coming together and choosing each other's kids as their own. Then came Sophia, Amelia, and Everly, giving us 5 beautiful children in our home. Building a family, trying to be the father I never fully had, trying to be the husband that the woman God gave me deserved. Those responsibilities kept me grounded in a way nothing else could. They gave me something to walk toward instead of just away from. But I also needed to give back. That's something I've learned about recovery and about the Christian life. You can't just receive. At some point, you have to pour out what you've been given. In 2016, I pursued education in addiction recovery and went to work as an addiction counselor. That decision came directly out of my own story. I'd been in the darkness long enough to have some understanding of where the walls were, where the exits were. I wanted to use that. I sat across from men and women who looked like I had looked, who said the things I had said, who were doing the calculations I had done, trying to figure out if they were bad enough to really need help, if change was really possible, if there was any point. And I could look them in the eye and say, I've been exactly where you are, and I'm not where I was. There is something about that kind of testimony that no textbook can replace. At church, I led Bible studies. I served in several ministries. In time, I was licensed as a minister and led a recovery ministry for several years. I walked alongside people in their struggles. In 2018, I was ordained as a deacon and continued serving in the church until 2024. Through all of it, I was learning, mostly the hard way, that a healthy life requires balance in every dimension: emotional, physical, mental, relational, and spiritual. You can't neglect any of them and expect to stay upright. I've seen people get spiritually healthy but physically wreck themselves. I've seen people get physically healthy but stay emotionally toxic. The whole person needs tending. All of it matters. Jesus talked about this. He talked about loving God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and loving your neighbor as yourself. That's the whole person. That's integrated health. That's what I was trying to learn to live. What I also learned is that walking humbly is not a weakness. I used to think strength meant not needing anyone. I was so wrong. Real strength is being able to say, I don't have this. I need help. I need God. I need people. That takes more courage than anything else I've done. The community of believers, the church with all its imperfections, is where I learned to live that out. Not perfectly, but practically, week by week, conversation by conversation. I'm still learning. I will never stop.